Here I will be discussing Black Sabbath's use of melodic devices. The specific way in which melodic lines and devices are presented contributes significantly to the formation of musical style and genre. For example, my earlier discussion identified the blues scale as important in the formation of blues rock, and similarly the pentatonic minor scale is of equal, if not greater, importance. The pentatonic major scale, although not as widely used, is also of significant importance to the identity of blues rock. The rock output of Led Zeppelin, for example, is firmly rooted in blues and pentatonic melodic shapes and devices. I have already illustrated the way in which Jimmy Page used the blues scale to form the riff of Heartbreaker, and his use of the major and pentatonic major scale in the solo to Living Loving Maid is equally representative. Here is an A pentatonic major scale, and here is part of that solo. Another device derived from blues that was incorporated into the fabric of blues rock is what I have termed the transient third. This is where there is a play between a major and minor third heard against a single major chord. The rules of tonality would describe this transgression as a false relation. Significantly then, blue notes and transient thirds are used to colour the pentatonic minor scale in blues rock lines. The effect of the transient third can be heard in any typical Chuck Berry type intro. Here is a major chord, and here is the major third within the chord, here is the minor third, and here is a typical way in which the play between the two is affected. In the blues rock number Too Tired by Gary Moore, the transient third appears at the end of a descending blues scale to create the opening and closing phrases. Examples from the work of Led Zeppelin include the tracks Rock and Roll and Houses of the Holy. Black Sabbath, however, made no significant use of such devices. They made no use of the pentatonic major scale, and mainly used the pentatonic minor in its pure form without the usual blues colorations. Where blues devices are used, and it was natural that they would, they are always used briefly within the context of tritones, flat seconds and angular lines, which I discussed previously, and in so doing the bluesness of those devices is completely attenuated. More significant still is the way in which Sabbath adopted the use of medieval modes such as the Dorian, Aeolian and Mixolydian modes for many of their most significant themes. Moreover, the frequent and significant use of the flat second pointed towards the subsequent adoption by heavy metal bands of the Phrygian mode, which is characterised by its opening flat second interval. In War Pigs, the Mixolydian and Aeolian modes are used in numerous themes. The opening vocal theme is Mixolydian. Here is the Mixolydian mode in E, and here is the vocal melody played on the guitar. Some of the guitar themes also use the Mixolydian mode. For example, as in the bridge between the first vocal theme and the first guitar solo. theme, or coda, is based on the E Aeolian mode. Here is the mode. And here is the theme. In Iron Man, the opening riff is based on the B Aeolian mode. Here is the mode. And here is the theme. The coda theme also is based on the Aeolian mode, but now in E. Black Sabbath's espousal and use of modes, particularly when merged with the other innovations that I explained in the previous 3 audio presentations, was both unique and extensive, and this was in complete contrast to the music of their contemporaries, paving the way for what would become another significant element of the heavy metal genre. It also represents one more way in which Black Sabbath transgressed the norms of their time to create a new and original sound, one that would come to be known as heavy metal. That concludes my brief 4-part discussion of Black Sabbath's unique contribution to music, but my book contains a detailed analysis of all the topics covered in my 4 audio presentations. The book also covers a range of other related topics, such as Birmingham as the birthplace of heavy metal and the empowerment of women in heavy metal. Thank you for your interest in my book and the audio presentations. Should you wish to find out more about my book or contact me directly, please visit my website at andycope.co.uk.